A Wimborne team without Scott Arnold, Jason Harville, Matt Kemble and Ian Oliver coasted to what in the end was an easy 3-0 victory over Larkhall Athletic, and thereby did the double over last year's Western League champions, who were before today's game 6 places better off than the Magpies, in 6th place, doing ever so well in their first season in the Southern League. But the game couldn't have started worse for the visitors. And after only 36 seconds, John Blake chased down a ball that was played back to the goalkeeper. He tried to get, keeper Shafto tried to take it round. John didn't manage it, and John was left with the ball to put into an empty net, 1-0 Magpies. And it got worse for Mr Shafto on 10 minutes when he could only fingertip a Sam Griffin corner onto the unwitting head of his defender, and from there it bounced into the net to make it 2-0. Manager Steve Cuss had lined up with Tom Biles and Jack Lupton at fullback instead of Scott Arnold and Ian Oliver. Louis Kellaway came into the midfield, and loan signing Luke Holmes from AFC Bournemouth was on the bench alongside Anthony Waters and Chris Wilcox. Paul Roast made his debut for Wimborne in goal 11 years after his first game for the club. So 2-0 to the Magpies after only 10 minutes. To be fair, for the rest of the first half, probably, if anything, the visitors it was that held the territorial advantage without really looking dangerous. One enormous shout for a penalty when Paul Roast went in on one of the attackers, but the referee instead gave a free kick to Wimborne Town. On 27 minutes, the defensive errors of Larkhall almost got worse when a cross by Sam Griffin was sliced into the arms of the keeper in an attempted clearance that could so easily have been a second own goal. Jack Lupton headed wide from a Jamie Davidson free kick on 35 minutes, and the half ended, an even half apart from the goals, ended with Wimborne 2-0 up. Quite a different second half with Wimborne kicking away from the hospital today, a half that really Wimborne dominated. The defining moment perhaps on 60 minutes when Ross Lai was booked by the referee for a foul, probably slightly unluckily, and then talked himself into a second yellow and a red for the same incident. Silly boy. In 68 minutes, Mark Gamble made sure of the points for Wimborne when he was put through the middle, calmly took the ball round Shafto and slotted it home. Steve Cuss brought on young Luke Holmes for John Blake on 79 minutes, and the young Bournemouth loanee made an immediate impact with a really impressive, strong run down the inside right channel, all of about 40-50 yards, and ended with a cross from the byline that came to nothing. Billy Maybury then was up front and shot over after 82 minutes, and 2 late substitutions. Chris Wilcox came on for Mark Gamble and Ant Waters came on for Sam Griffin. This was an impressive performance by Wimborne, particularly in the second half, and manager Steve Cuss, I'm sure, will be extremely pleased, particularly with the form of some of his younger players. For me, man of the match today, and I share the sponsor's view here, was stand-in captain Adam Costello. Cossie had a really excellent game. And of course in midfield, ever reliable James Stokely was excellent as well. Really good win for Wimborne Town today against a North Lee team that hadn't been beaten, I think, since the 13th of December. Next up for Wimborne, home match at home to North Lee on Tuesday night here at Cuthbury, and then next Saturday we're off on our travels away to Clevedon, and that game's got a 2 o'clock kick-off because of floodlight problems down at the Somerset Club. We hope to see you at one of those 2 games. By Steve Cuss after today's 3-0 win over Larkhall. Steve, you must be very proud of your players today. Good performance.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. We talked about it before the game started. We're a few players missing, and I don't want to dwell on that, but we're a few players missing, and I think we had to show a lot of spirit, determination, and our effort was outstanding. Of course, we got off to a great start, scoring twice in the first 10 minutes, but our determination to to win the ball and control the game was very evident today, and it was a good performance all round.
Yeah, 36 seconds, and that summed up John Blake's attitude to the game, doesn't it? And his commitment. He chased down a ball that the keeper should just have cleared, tried to take it past him, and then.
Yeah, well, that's John all over. You know, he'll chase and he'll run and he'll put people under pressure, and he saw that there was an opportunity that the keeper might just be taking his time there, and it ended up, you know, tackling him and rolling into the net. But that's not luck. That's full credit to John, who had the willingness to go and run in there and you know, throw his body in front of it.
Yeah, as you say, 2-0 up after 10 minutes. Keeper having a bit of a nightmare at that point. Tipped a corner onto his defender's head, and it went in. But the rest of the half, I thought Larkhall had a lot of the ball, but didn't really trouble us.
No, I think we've said it afterwards. You know, we've got Roasty and Go today, and I think he made one save that the referee didn't see and give a go kick for. But you know, apart from that, he didn't have a save to make, which is, you know, great testament to the way that we defended. And you know, I thought we defended really well in terms of having ahead a lot of balls that get played forward quite direct, and then picking up the second ball. So, you know, full credit to the players for defending so well.
And we've talked in the past about the importance of a settled back four. Well, you had both your fullbacks missing today. Tom Biles and Jack Lupton stepped in. Yeah. How did they play?
Yeah, I thought they were excellent. You know, I think Tom was the obvious choice to step into the right back area, and I think that was, you know, an obvious choice. But you know, Jack was Ian had to drop out this morning, and Jack's never played at left back before. He's played at centre half, so he's got a little bit defensive work behind him, but never at left back. And I asked him to do me a favour today, and I thought he was excellent, really outstanding. Of course, he's got that physical presence as well, which gives us that as well. But you know, the missing one out of that was Jason as well, and playing Roasty and Go, and it's just typical of Roasty. He wanted to play and go, and you know, he said, "I'll go and do it for you," and to keep a clean sheet, it's great for him.
Yeah. If the first half was fairly level, I thought we played extremely well and dominated the second half. I mean, their cause wasn't helped by the lads stupidly getting themselves sent off. But I mean, even before that, I thought we were looking the better.
Yeah, we talk a lot about controlling the game in certain situations. You know, if it's 0-0, 1-0 down, you're going to go with high tempo. But when you're 2-0 up, you've got to just slow things down and take your time. We talked about that in the dressing room at half time, controlling the game. I thought we did that really well. We just really controlled it, and particularly when they went down to 10 men. And we always had that threat that we looked like we could score a third goal with the front three that we had playing.
And Mark Gamble's been struggling a little bit for goals recently, but probably nobody else on the pitch could have taken that third goal as well as he did.
Sign of a good striker.
Yeah,
you know, he's racing through on goal one-on-one, you know, to beat the keeper, and it's one of those where you've got time to think about it. And when you're not on a great run, those are the ones that can be missed. But you know, he keeps getting himself in there, and he's a top quality striker, and I'm just delighted that he's got himself on the score sheet today, because he deserves that.
Sponsor gave man of the match to Adam Costello, and I completely agree with that. He's having a great season, isn't he?
He's having a very good season. I mean, we've said about the back four, you know, that we've regularly put out, and him and Billy have formed a really good partnership. But you know, because his aerial ability today was outstanding, and I thought his cover play was equally as good, and fully deserved the match.
And you finished the game with a very young team out there.
Yeah, I was absolutely delighted with Luke Holmes that come on.
He looked good, didn't he?
See his quality, his technical ability, his willingness to go and really run and commit to people, and you know, Luke will be a really good player for us over the month. Obviously, not quite in the starting 11 today, but you know, a great 15-20 minutes from him this afternoon, which gives us good options now for the forthcoming games. And yeah, we finished with 3 other under 18s on the pitch as well, which is great.
Steve, thanks the lads for their efforts today, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.